When you're drafting top-tier quarterbacks like Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, and even Lamar Jackson, that can keep a team afloat, but every quarterback has that bye week. When that dreaded time comes, it's crucial to have a serviceable backup plan so you're not starting Jacoby Brissett in Week 13. No offense to him. We'll start with Trevor Lawrence. Say what you will about whether or not a prospect with the phrase generational talent stamped to him for the last few years has lived up to the hype. This is what we do know. Trevor Lawrence has shown that he can be an adequate fantasy QB, averaging just under 17 fantasy points per game through his sophomore and junior seasons with Jacksonville. Lawrence is a healthy field general who can rip the ball down the field. The 2021 number 1 overall pick is working on the heels of back-to-back 4,000-yard campaigns. He's throwing for volume, and his yards per attempt mark has improved year over year from 6.0 to 7.1 in just a pair of seasons. Look around him and you'll find a receiving core with loads of talent. Christian Kirk, the Jaguars' projected wide receiver 1 for this year, has nearly 1,900 yards in the last 2 years, despite being sidelined for 5 games in 2023. While Jacksonville did lose Zay Jones and Calvin Ridley, they picked up a vertical threat from Buffalo in Gabe Davis, who has averaged almost 17 yards per reception in his career. He joins Evan Ingram, who heads into his 3rd season in the Jags offense after he set career highs in receptions, targets, and receiving yards in 2023. Let's go to Kirk Cousins next. Way underrated in my opinion. While new Falcons quarterback Kirk Cousins is heading into that new environment, his reputation speaks for itself. Soon to be a 13-year NFL veteran, Cousins is a certified volume passer. The Michigan State alum put up 8 4,000-yard seasons in 9 tries between the years of 2015 to 2022, and he has eclipsed 15 fantasy points per game in each of the last 9 seasons. If that's not consistency, I'm not sure what is. Cousins' consistency shines through in multiple dimensions, as he's also had 25 or more passing touchdowns in 8 straight years before he did suffer that unfortunate Achilles tear to end his run in 2023. While the 35-year-old doesn't have 3-time Pro Bowler Justin Jefferson or Jordan Addison at his disposal anymore, that doesn't mean he can't hit his past marks. In 2016, we look at Cousins when he was in Washington. He tallied a career-high 4,917 passing yards, while also giving out 1,000-yard seasons to receivers Pierre Garcon and Deshaun Jackson. Atlanta also added some depth to their wide receiver room. Darnell Mooney, who just signed a 3-year deal with Atlanta, he hit the 1,000-yard mark just 3 years ago. Rondale Moore also enters the party with an average of just over 3 receptions per game in his career. Drake London has flirted with the 1,000-yard milestone through each of his first couple of years, but hasn't been able to hit it due to just sheer lackluster quarterback play. And let's not even forget about the 6'6" freak of an athlete that is Kyle Pitts. Jayden Daniels is up next, and he's the riskiest play on this list by far. I'll be transparent with you, but if Jayden Daniels pans out well, he could be the steal of this year's fantasy football draft, and I'll tell you why. Daniels is presenting an immense amount of rushing upside if we look at what he did in college. The number 2 overall pick in this year's draft accumulated over 3,300 rushing yards over the course of 5 years, including north of 1,100 yards on the ground in his final season alone. Checking in with a career-best 8.4 yards per carry in year 5 of his college career, Daniels has shown the ability to take over a game with his legs. While the LSU alum didn't run a 40-yard dash at the NFL Combine, there are reports that he logged around a 4.5 time during his early years at Arizona State. The only element that could hinder Daniels' rushing upside is the fact he resides on a team with a projected win total of 6.5. Where am I going with this? If Daniels works from behind a lot, this offense, as they did last year with Sam Howell taking the majority of the snaps, is going to have no choice but to throw some more and get into track meets with teams that are putting up 35 and 40-point games on that Washington defense. No choice but for a pass-heavy scheme that could mitigate the rushing upside of Jayden Daniels. Whether you're taking somebody with a great passing environment, a decade's worth of quality play, or a rookie with some rushing upside like Daniels, any option is better than picking your backup quarterback the week they need to be used. It's going to be slim pickings. Let's be prepared together. Let's go out and win in 2024. That's all I got. I'm Corey, and this is Armchair Fantasy Football. We'll catch you in the next video.